of entitlement. In this country, one of the challenges we have is people who think they're entitled to this country and that they run things the way they want. Professor who runs this hospital has been running this university. And it's like this university must be, about that professor. And so I think when you get into a situation where things are personalized, and public institutions have been personalized, and they have been made, that no one else can run them, no one else has a say on it, I think it's really very unfortunate. And I agree with what Prof said earlier, that, if for this professor, BC, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If he went ahead and signed, tomorrow the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission would be on his neck. How did you... And so many people have been held. You've seen the many cases that have been in court, people who have given out, signed off to public land. And there's no excuse that will be acceptable in law when you're taken to court by Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Oh, there was a letter from Kinyua, or there was a letter from... That's not going to work. There's a procedure, there's due process, and it must be followed. And one of the things we're being told is even the council has not sat to discuss or even approve that matter. So there's no way, and this is what the BC said, I have no powers to sign off. I have no powers to hand over, surrender the title. So I think it's a question of impunity, in my view, really. What the office of the president did is to try and force the public servant to hand over, state land without going through due process. And I think that, unfortunately, this gentleman, in my view, is a hero, in terms of integrity, in terms of... Because tomorrow you'll be charged for abuse of office if you did what he did. This is what all this case is about, abuse of... The way you use your power in the office to sign off things without going through the law. And I think so, and when you're a stickler to the law and you avoid that, you are then, fired. Because... so the second thing I want to say is that only 10% of the land is going to WHO and those research things. The other 90% is not going there. It's gone to the referral hospital, it's gone to the squatters. So the 30 and 10 acres are the only ones that went to this. The government has land. This university, the professor said, we have need for our university. We have a master plan to develop it. We have other activities for it. We need it. And every public institutions, particularly universities, need land. See what's happening at Nairobi University. And the pressure it has of getting land. So I think it's critical that you look at the needs, and if WHO is an international organization, is a non-governmental organization, is not a state organ, it cannot be entitled to land. It can't. It can buy land. It has capacity. UN is rich. What's forcing you? They can buy land next to it. There's huge lands available next to Nairobi University. So I think the whole thing is the power play that my colleagues have mentioned. It's really, in my view, it's the office of the president is trying to score points on behalf of that professor. So it doesn't really, it's bad. It's a very bad thing in terms of integrity, in terms of the way public servants, they work. Because when you're sticking to the rules, you're sticking to the due process, you're sticking to the law, you get vilified and you get hunted out of office. And if you did what they want, tomorrow you are in court. For abuse of office and all manner of charges.
Surely, but I think it should have been also just modest of the government to really put also the university council in the know regarding this particular